classes because some of the younger monks haven't finished their exam. So I had to help them to clarify some of the doubts that they had, So I couldn't judge how many doubts they have and how many times they want. So it took a while. And I was not sure if any of you had to go to work or somewhere, So, I just saw the message.
It's great. Today is in America. It's a Thanksgiving day, so most everywhere is closed for today.
Ah,
Yes. So
good,
yes,
good.
but we always available for you as much as we can. So yes, it's a blessing
Thank you.
when you can bring.
So please, if you are not available, if you have to go somewhere, it doesn't matter whether it's a work or whether it's for shopping for some general things. Just please feel free to let me know. It's not
Yes,
like I have to
yes,
go there, but then it's okay. It's not really nice to say no to monk, but you can really say no. It's totally okay.
yes, Master.
Mm. So maybe I was thinking about the karma and then the leading, question. What was the question that you had yesterday?
Okay. The leading question, the question follow up with karma yesterday. As Buddhists, like us and everybody who are Buddhists, do we practice to stop the flow of karma, or do we practice to sow positive karma leading to the next life and the next life? If we do stop the negative karma and we only um, practice and produce positive karma, then do we still have to accept or receive the positive karma that will keep leading on to the next and the next life? You get what I'm,
Okay.
you get what I mean? And the if so, that's the question. Do we practice to stop the flow of karma so we can go to Pure Land, or do we practice positive karma to go to Pure Land?
Mm, that's nice question. Yeah. Uh, mm, um, okay, let's keep it quite simple. It's like, if from one angle, this is quite the concept of karma is perhaps the most simplest to understand, because this is something that we can understand even from a very 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 small things, in a very gross phenomena. Um, Now, if you have a flower garden, okay, let's go with the example. Maybe it's nice. If there is a flower garden, then just putting a seed of new flower sometimes is not enough. If we don't eradicate, if we don't remove the unnecessary things that grows between the flowers.
The week.
It, yes. I don't know the word. I just said yes because I assume this is what I think.
Yes.
Wheat
So
and
unnecessary
grass.
things
With
which
the
goes
grass,
along, right?
yes. The
With,
week is the grass.
yes.
Yes.
Oh yes, wheat. So even if the soil is very good, even if it's very fertile, even if it has enough light, sunlight, and then water and all the facilities, but if there are too many wheat, then it won't let the flower grow nicely. Or even if the flower is growing, the flower won't get enough strength from all the condition and the fertilizer, because the weed is going to take away the space and then the nutrients in the soil and all these things, right? So to grow a nice flower, you not only need to plant the seed of the flower, but you also need to remove the weed, because the weeds are the result of the past, the previous seed of the wheat that is already in there in the field. So exactly the same way, in our past lives, we have done many negative karmas, even in this life. You just think about when you're younger. I'm sure we all have done all these piles of negatives. Maybe we got angry many times or whatever it is. So all these are seed, in the mind, and these continues to grow weeds, which are the sufferings and the problems in our life. So now, yes, we need to seed something new, a positive seed, by doing positive action. At the same time, we remove those weeds, the seed of the weeds, which is the negative karmas that we have, the negative actions that we have done in the past. So removing the wheat and installing or planting a new seed, exactly like that, we need to purify the past karma. We need to accumulate a new positive karma. Remove the past negative karma and then practice a new positive karma. So these two should go along together. So to have a beautiful flower garden, or to have a beautiful rebirth or beautiful life, meaningful, happy life, and pretty much whatever you wishes to.
Là sám hối á.
Phải sám hối, phải tu, phải sám hối, là
Chứ
phải
không phải
yes,
làm
just
tập thiện nghiệp đạo
yes.
ở trong net.
Là phải tu, phải sám hối.
Does it make sense, or the example was too much?
Yes, it makes sense. We understand.
Sorry, what's it called? Yes. So is there any leading question? Because now look, to be honest and to be frank, the karma is not something easy from one angle. But from one angle, it's very easy to understand. But then if you want to go deeper, there is unlimited that you may wish to know.
Mình không. Bên thầy. Oh, disconnect.
Thầy gọi là
Bấm cái nút nào.
Mời thực hiện lắng nghe cho kỹ.
Disconnect.
Sorry, it was a call. So yes, so regarding karma, is very, and then this is one of the most, I would say, a fundamental thing that we must understand as a Buddhist, because this is what differentiates Buddhist from non-Buddhist. This is what differentiates Buddhist with non-believers as well, because they believe in Creator God. They say that Creator God is everything. He created everything. He give you suffering. He give you pain. He give you everything. So now in Buddhism we say there's no Creator God. So instead of Creator God, it is the karma. It is our own action which determines, which gives everything. So then we need to know this concept to understand. And then if you have a very strong concept of this one, if it literally dissolves in your mind, not just in your brain as a knowledge, but through continue analysis and contemplation and meditation on the karma, the concept of karma, if it literally dissolves in our mind, then even if we take rebirth, even if we're born again as a human or somewhere, even if it's in a Muslim family, when you hear about the concept of Creator God, it doesn't go along with your nature of mind. You just feel like it could be something else. It's not possible that someone create all these things, because there are so many things which are very obvious and which doesn't goes along with what those teachings teaches. So it's very, very important to let that concept literally dissolve in us. You can take me as an example, and perhaps that concept has been quite pretty much dissolved in me. So when I was younger, not only remember my past life, but I pretty much state, kind of claim what I want to be in this life. And also I see that many small child, when they are young, they are very, very, some of them are very compassionate. They really, they are going somewhere, and then there are some very small monk, like around 7. They literally, help the small insect, to find the way. So there are 2 insects going together, and then the one pretty much lost the way. And I saw some smaller monks, trying to help to find the maybe mother, or maybe the bigger one, so that they can go together. So I think I believe that these are the result of past practices, because it is possible that the parents are so very compassionate and the child is not really compassionate. It is also possible the parents are not really compassionate, but the child is so very compassionate. It happens. So it is not something in a gene. It is not something. If it is something physical, then maybe it is in the gene. But then when it comes to the mind, it is not something physical. So there's no way that it come through a gene. A genius father can have such a stupid child, and a very, very stupid father can have a genius child. You can find, like, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 generations, they are all uneducated and not really smart. No, the IQ is so low. I just use the word IQ. I don't know what that means. People use that. So yeah, the intelligent. So yeah. There is a saying that the father is like a sandalwood. The child is like the wood which grows in the water, which means that just no value at all in terms of intelligence. So this mind come from the past life, and it brings a lot of things along with it. So if you are so accustomed, if you're so used to, if you're so used to killing, if you use in a if a person live in a poultry farm killing like 1,000 chickens a day, then a person is so used to it, so person don't have any feelings. It's just chopping the chickens like some vegetables. So that person, if he take a report as a human, is very, very much likely that he will become a person who don't have any feelings when he sees someone killing a chicken. Don't care. There are some children, very small children, they don't hesitate to literally press the insect. They just kill the insect, which is which is the past karma. I saw someone in Vietnam, I was invited somewhere at a house, and then I saw they were cooking a lot of things. There were quite a bit of people in there, and then they were cooking vegetarian, non-vegetarian, everything, and I saw like they cook the alive, the crab alive. Then after that, I don't know what happened, because I was literally lost, and I don't know what happened after that. They literally boiled that crab, and that was alive. And after that, they served vegetarian food for me, and then I really don't know what I ate, what happened, because that image of that crab was not going out of my mind. And then so and then perhaps they are also asked me some questions. I really have no idea what answer I gave and what I said. And then so for some people it's not easier, and then it can be of this life as well, because like when you are young, and then if your mother is always cooking such a food like boiling a crab or alive or this and that, and also the finger like what is that small? Is it crab pound?
Shrimp,
Crawfish hả?
shrimp, maybe shrimp, pound shrimp.
Shrimp.
Shrimp. Yeah. So if the mother is always cooking that, then the child, may also feel kind of very normal because the child see that all the time, and that leaves a very strong imprint in the child, and so it's kind of important to be careful when it comes to that sort of things. My parents are non-vegetarian, but then in summer they are mostly vegetarian, but then in winter and sometimes in summer as well, in winter they eat sometimes non-vegetarian, my parents, even nowadays, I didn't say much, they know what I think, but then I didn't say much, because it's extremely cold, and then there's no vegetable, nothing grows over there. You don't even have a tomato for the whole 3-4 months of winter. So I don't know, maybe
Không có thức ăn khác, không có bình chọn.
then I don't know what to say,
Ở trường phái tu ăn thịt không?
Because at that time of the year, there's nothing else
to eat.
eat or grow.
To eat or grow, right?
To survive.
To survive. So
kind of, to be healthy, I would say, but to be survive, they can just
To
eat
be
bread.
healthy.
But then yes, of
To
course.
be healthy.
To be sorry. I don't know. That's how many masters survived. But then of course they are just an ordinary person, My mom used to be a bit short-tempered when she was younger, and now I'm happy that she's getting much better.
short temper là nóng.
Nóng giận á, cho nó xe.
Then I understand they have some faults, I'm not expecting them to change all of a sudden, because it's not going to happen, and I'm not going to give them any pressure for no reason. But then they are just doing good in their own ways, and I'm happy for that. They're very kind in general, very compassionate. But then I'm kind of satisfied with that in some sense. But then if a child see such a thing at a very early age, it leaves a very strong imprint. If I give an example, one of my teacher, is afraid of is afraid of spirit, then I asked him, like, have you seen one? He said no, and I said okay. Because now, like 99% of the human in this world are afraid of some spirits. They give a name ghost. I don't like that word ghost, because that word has a lot of movie influence. Everybody, when they use the word ghost, they think of everything that shows in some movies or in television, which are all fake, just created by some people who just think or imagined. That's not how it is, not at all. If you're really afraid of ghosts, you should also afraid of mosquitoes, because mosquitoes harms, really. Mosquito harms more than ghosts, I haven't heard anyone in my surrounding who have been infected or hurt by a ghost, but then I have seen many people who have been infected by mosquitoes. There are some people who had dengue.
Yes.
Yeah, and then I don't see any logic if you are afraid of a ghost while you don't afraid of a mosquito. Like, that is really, really unlogical. Yeah, and also when it comes to like see and not see, then yes, bacteria you don't see most of them. I don't know all of them, or I don't know. When virus, nobody see, but then people don't scared of flu, they just do whatever they like or whatever they want, and then we can't also see them, but then there's no logic if we are scared of something that we don't know, that we haven't seen. There is affected no one around, that appear to no one around, so there's no point. So if you say that some people have seen that, so that might also see, okay, then there are some people who are scared of their own dreams. So what? Are you afraid of a dream? Just because some people are afraid of that, some people have seen that and scared of that. Now, the whole point, what I'm trying to say is that we have received enough information about spirit and ghost when we are young. So maybe mother have said, oh, don't go there, oh, it's scary, maybe there is a ghost. Oh, okay, there is a ghost maybe. So, everybody talk as if it is so scary, as if it is going to eat you, kill you, whatever it is. So then everybody is scared, Then there's no reason, but then people are scared of that. So now, when you grow older, you realize, you understand that there is nothing, You turn on the light, there is nothing. You turn off the light, you're scared. You just turn on the light and you see that there is nothing. So people just scare. So, even if it's not true, even if the theory is not true, even if the things is not true, but if it is being given in the ear of a young child, when he's a young or she's a young, it leaves a very strong imprint. Another example can be Santa, Santa Claus. Sorry for my pronunciation. Yeah, that's Santa, the man with the beard and the red and white color cloth. So in 99% of the Christian school, especially the missionary one, they create this image into the child's mind that some Santa comes, give you the gifts. You gotta write the letter, and then I'm gonna post it, and then parents read it and buy the gift, and you gotta give the milk at the window so that the Santa will drink. So the next day, that when the child get up and around the Christmas or at the Christmas, don't remember. So then he see that as a gift, and the parents says or try to let him believe that the Santa really came, brought you a gift. So now that they try to put it in the child's mind when it is very young. At the same time, Santa is a sort of a messenger that actually the God who is sending you or something like that. So they put this in the child's mind. So now the child is pretty much grown up, Now like he's or she is like 25, 30, 35. But still, when he or she heard about this Santa Claus, everybody have this nice feeling. Yeah. So when you say when somebody say a ghost, then everybody have a strange feeling. So similarly, if somebody talk about God or Santa Claus, everybody have this nice feeling. A bit exciting. Oh, come on, that doesn't exist. It's nobody's coming at the day. You're just wasting half glass of your milk or pretty much whole. So, but then still you have this nice feeling, and so what I'm saying is like it leaves some strong imprints. So wonderful thing in a Buddhist community is that we teach the child. Doesn't matter how we grow, but we tell the child, even if when the child is very young, don't kill insects. Be compassionate. Be kind. It's okay. You need to understand. As you want happiness, others also want happiness. So respect others. If you have enough, why don't you share? Share to your friends. So these are some wonderful things that we have in the Buddhist community. And not only that, but then when we say such things in the child's ear when they are young, it leaves a very strong positive imprints. So the child might get a bit lost when they are around adolescent age, around 15, 20, then that's like, when they're growing, hormones play one role, or from other world, this competitive um, world, and then competitive friends. But still, when they get a bit older, like 30 plus, then the imprint that the parents left or kept in their mind when they're young start to activate. So they are not really controlled by some physical force. So then they start to get back to their own zone where they are brought up. So they turn out to be more compassionate, kind, understanding, respecting others. Da 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 and da and da. So the reason why I'm saying this story today is also because when we say such a prayers, yesterday I think I saw the young kid, around.
Yes.
So
Kaisen. Yes.
they're wonderful, Yes. So very, very nice, because these leave some very strong imprints in the child's mind. So it's like, instead of putting the story theory, false theory of Santa Claus, or the false theory of the ghost hurting human, if we do something positive, and then if they see that we are doing something positive, then it leaves a strong imprint. If you smoke, if you just smoke, and if you just smoke, then the child copy that. If you're busy at the phone all the time, child also copy that. So they are kind of a receiver. They receive everything. They try to copy everything, and that also leave a very strong imprint in the mind. If the father is smoking like 5 times, a chain smoker, that leaves a strong imprint. And then the child grow older, and then the child also, when he's feeling uncomfortable or this and that, the child also will automatically thinks of smoking, because this is what he already have in his imprint. If the child see that the father and mother is having some difficult relationship, then that also leaves some strange imprint in the child. Now that can affect into positive or negative. Positive in a sense that, okay, he might or she might be very careful, or the negative sense, like, he or she thinks that, this is so normal. I feel uncomfortable, so I'm gonna throw it on my wife. This is very much possible. So trying to leave a positive imprints when the child is younger is so very important. So this is why when I go to some charity, I bring my children, I bring my younger monks, and then I let them deliver. Sometimes I deliver and I let them see. I tell them that I need a help, but to be honest, I don't need any help. I have enough friends who I can ask for, and I have enough people, and if I have like 2 or 3, pretty much okay, because I manage and I walk by myself in such a cases. But then I still bring these younger monks, by saying that I need your help, come, and if I get tired, I want you to do it, So I let them deliver sometimes, so that it can leave a very positive, strong imprint in the mind to be generous, to help others when you can, and then to do something without any expectation. And then this will encourage them to do that. This will leave a very strong imprint. And then when they are capable, when they grow older and older, I also want them to grow in such a realm, in such a manner that he can or she can help others. So if I make a relation with today, with that, doesn't matter if a child is playing around, it's okay. Let them play around. Doesn't matter. But then just do the prayers and practices along with them. If you are doing something positive, let them see as well. because these leave are very, very strong. You don't, if you tell them like, okay, you know what, you need to give, if you have like 2 pen, you need to give 1 pen to a friend.
Chơi nhưng mà
So
tập cho nó vậy này. Nó vào trong nó có một cái dấu ấn.
there are 3 small younger monks who are my serious responsibility in all the sense. I'm like a father, mother, brother, teacher, everything. So when I go to the market or things, when I buy some things, like for example, I buy, instead of buying like 3 small chocolates, I buy 1 bigger chocolate and I give it to, I have 3 child, I give it to this one and I tell him like, this is for you. Then you can if you want, you can share to the first and the second one. So I let him share. So next time I buy something for this one and then I let them, I let them share to this too. So the next time I buy for this one, I let them share to this and this one. So instead of buying 3 chocolates and give them separately, I'm doing the same job. At the same time, I'm teaching them to care about the other one, to share with the other one. So this is like I think this is one of the very important, simple and thing, that you can share to a younger generation, to teach them how to be compassionate, kind, loving, understanding, sharing, respecting others. Because if you don't get, you know how it feels. So the other will also, then you'll know that, the other will also feel the same as I did last time. So I'm going to share to them. I won't let them feel the same way. Yeah? So if you don't have child, don't worry. For the monks and nuns, if I talk to this one for monks and nuns, I just tell them that you can practice this with the younger students. So I'm sure that all of you have, some nephews and some small. Now these work very effectively from the age of 3 to the age of 12, 13. So if you do this between the age of 12, 3, 4 to the age of 12, you can do it with anyone, any friends, child, cousin, relative, whatever it is. So it leaves a very strong. You don't know how much effect you are giving into the child's mind, but trust me, it really changed his whole life. You just usually I say like, you give such a small advice of not lying to a small child, it can affect his whole life. It can literally change his life by being an honest person. But your advice is just a small, you don't even know, it's more like a small matchstick, a small lighter,
Yes.
the one that people use to the smoke, a lighter, yeah? A smoke match, a lighter, a small lighter can literally burn the whole Amazon. Yeah, and then the small advice can change the child's whole life. A small imprint that will live in the mind, our mind and others' mind, can do such a huge positive thing. So if you pray now, it will also leave imprint in your life, which you can carry to the next lives as well. Okay, so I thought there was a whole circle.
Thank you.
So yeah, if there is anything you can add, otherwise we'll jump to the prayer. You can add if I like if you have any opinion, like maybe you have like another opinion, because when I talk with my younger monks, I tell them like, what do you think, do you have a better example? I want to hear. So sometimes they give their own example, and I'm happy, and I'm learning from them as well, because I'm learning the example that's sweet to them, that is suitable for them, you know. Then I'm since I was 11, so I don't know much about outer world, to be honest. So yeah, any example, most welcome. Any suggestion, most welcome. Otherwise, any question, most welcome. To be on anytime.
Thank you.
Thank you, Master.
Okay. Otherwise, we'll go to the prayer. Yeah.
Thank you.
So I'm trying to add a little bit of fuel to inspire you to pray